Hello everybody, welcome back to the Artisan of Glimmith. 1082 our solve count. Last time we had a great time getting some more jeweled windows. There's one over in size separation. Do you reckon with some fresh eyes I could have a good go of it? Two in Watchtower. This is difference. Is this size separation? That's inequality. That's bricky. That's loopy. Non-boxy, size separation. This guy here. It's only a 4. Oh, I remember this. Yes, I remember this. Okay. Well, even if it takes me a half hour, if we can get the crimson window, I'll do it. So we have a 15, a 15, and a 19. We need 3 13s that don't touch. But we have all of these cells that are neighbors that we have to deal with. So the easy free stuff is this. That results in nobody touching. This cell here borders everybody. And so it feels like it's easier that this be empty and that be full. Because then that allows this cell and this cell to be occupied. That's free, that's free. So this only needs one more. That's free, that's free. Nine, that's free. 10, 12. So this guy needs to pick up 1. Let's say it was that one. 10, 11, 12, 13. 11, 12. Now here's the problem. Ones next to each other count for size separation. That's something I have not had my brain building towards. 13, 12, 14, 13, but that touches there. 13, 12, 13. 13, 13, 13. Oh, there's 2 1s. I can't have the 2 1s. I can have a 1 and a 2. That would all be fine. It's these 2 1s that I can't have. There's these 2 1s I can't have. Thirteen, 13, 13. Hold on. No, there's 2 1s again. I was looking at the diagonal line thinking, oh. The thing about this region being 15 and 13, it's just that you could basically fill this in and go, which 2 do we get rid of? And the same is kind of true for this guy. It's fill it and which 2 do we get rid of? That's 13, that's 13, that's 12. 13, 13, 12, 13. No, it's 2 ones again every time. Oh, the number of times my heart's gone, oh, and it's gone, no. We can't have this side filled in, because this 12 doesn't make it, even if this does. Oh. So this is full and this is full, less 2. But I can't have these 2 left alone. And I really don't think that this guy can be the one to get up there. Because that leaves these ones now as ones. Now here's something to think about. Obviously, I'm removing 2 from both of these areas. If I remove them as ones, it leaves less room because everything is ones. If I could remove them as 2s, (13, 13). This is a 1, this is a 1. This is a 2. That's only 12. Oh my god. Hey! Thank goodness. It's just a bunch of poking around. I can't deny it. Look at that. Another one. Delightful. Who knew that more time and experience could get so much done? Palisades have 2. Is there ever a world where I can finish Palisades? I don't even know where Palisades are here. That one. Yeah, that one and this one. A 6 and a 6. Oh god. Precision 5 Palisade. Okay. Well. That does that. Totally fine. I think something is telling me that this has to do this with a line back to back for them. Well, on Precision 5, we can't do that, and we can't do that. So I think that is true, especially on a Precision 5. Which means that's going to take that. That's a box. That has to take that, which means that goes like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3 doesn't fit. But there's going to be some way to manipulate that, I think, into what I need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's some other way to do some of this. If this is definitely that has to take this corner. That has to come out to there. This can't absorb another guy. So that gets that. That can't join that because that becomes 6, so that has to come down. This guy has to be part of a T. It can't do that and leave the 3. It can't do that and leave a 4. So that has to do that. Don't know where this guy gets his 5th. But I would think that leaves that having to be that. Ah, ha ha ha, okay. That works out totally fine, I think. How did I not see this the first time through? Don't know. So we got some ambiguousness about who can go where over here now. Because that could be that could be that. So that's ambiguous. Equally, this is very ambiguous. This is all quite ambiguous. So I wonder if I'm going to need to find another inn with the other parts of the Palisades. I can see well enough where the ambiguities are on those, so I'm gonna take those off. This guy needs to be a dead end, which is super interesting. And I think that means, just looking at how the guys have gone, that could go that way, but that can't take those. That can't do that because this has to have a line of 3 through it. How are we going to build this guy to be a dead end? Right, with these two. With these two, neither of them no. Bad thought. I was going to say neither of them can get into each other's space, but they're going to have to at some point. That can't be a dead end there. I mean, that's a way that fits together, but feels way more vibes-based than I'd like. And then there's all of this that I don't even know where to begin with. With these all having T requirements, it would be something like this, but in a way that doesn't block off a full corner. That leaves that as a 4, which can't be. That can go. But that can't leave 6 here. So, whether this is correct or not, and how it impacts the available space around here, and how that divides by 5, becomes a concern. So I'm going to take out this vibes-based solve and try and look for something with better logic. This belongs to either this plus a square or this plus a square. How are we gonna get that to be true? Okay, here's a better question. How do we resolve this guy without leaving an empty, hollow part of the corner? It would be this or this. If we do this, then this can't resolve without leaving a oneer. If it's this, that has to be a 5, and then that also can't resolve. If it's this, then we can stack that on it. But then this isn't happy. There's got to be some way to make this more neatly. They can't ever... These can't ever share. Does this have to belong to this? Great question. Okay. So we can't have that. So these can't both be pointing up. So if one of them points up, the other one has to point down. That can't do that because that exists. Oh, I can't see a move that defines how these guys are going to have to fit together. Is there any way that this can exist that isn't either this shape or this shape? Is one of those two things must be true? Can't be that because it interrupts with this. Can it be this? No. So that's one of the viable ways. This is not viable because of how these T's result. There must be something about how the borders of the main shape touches the other three. Because like these now produce this, which leaves that out of luck. So this one means that has to do this, which means that has to do that, which means that has to do that, and that leaves an odd single somewhere. Is that true? I think it does. So let's try that on the left. That then has to do this. That then has to do that. You can take that one. You can take that one. But this leaves that one. Okay, there's got to be... This guy here must either exist as part of this, 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 or this. Those are the four options. So, let's reevaluate this one. That makes this T, and this T, and then this can't go. So I think it can't be this one. This one's out. That's a no-go. If this was this, can't do that because that's 6 pieces, so it would be that. And that can't go. So that's no good, I think. Which leaves this, and this, and that, which is no good, right? I feel like it's no good. Which would mean that this has to be the way we resolve. But how? That has to do that. No, that can't take that because that one gets left. I don't see how this resolves in any of those 4 circumstances. Is there any other way this can make a shape? Oh. I guess that, right? Because I was doing them all this way. So there's 4 other orientations of this that I haven't done. So there could be that. There could be this. There could be that. Oh, I'm just got to keep going through the motions and I'll find it, I swear. Is this one I've already tried? My brain's getting so lost in the source now. That doesn't work. This can't work. What other ways haven't I tried? Oh my god, there's a whole other realm of shape I hadn't even been considering up to this point. That's terrifying. Okay, that one can't do that. It's going to be here soon. What if I flip this? Can't do that because this can't resolve. So it could be this, but no. What about this? Can it be that? What about this? Did we find one that resolves? Only took a small age, but we did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means that has to take that. Please tell me that there is a way that we can make the rest of this work. Alright, so that has to come out to there. That has to come out to there. That has to come out to there. Those are all things that we know to be true. We poked around this a little while ago. That could be that 5, or it could go up. This needs one more. None of these can get to these in a way that satisfies their lines and their shapes, I think. So I don't know what that means, but it's going to mean something. It's close, but it's not that. I don't remember how I did any of this top part before. That's 9, which is annoying. That's 10. Hey, we got one. Figuring out just a way that this could go was a real grind. I'm glad the left side was correct after we resolved that. Just brute forcing one of the patterns of this to work was a bit of a faff, but hey. That leaves this guy. I don't think we're going to be tackling that today, but just the one before another gem ruby window will be available. For now, thank you so much for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe for more. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.